Well, we made it to our destination in North Carolina. See this up here, this glistening? It's 95 degrees. It is hot. Our whole trip has just been exceedingly hot. Everywhere we go. Oh yeah, it's gonna be like 10 degrees hotter than normal this time of year. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a record high heat. Wherever we're at, it's been super hot. Except back home in Oregon, it's been pouring rain. Getting close to the flood warnings, I think, in some spots back in Oregon. But anyways, we just drove over here with a truckload of stuff, and we just got rid of a little bit of it. I'm gonna rearrange. I'm gonna have to rearrange inside the truck, and it's gonna be like what 120 inside the truck. And I'm already starting to show sweat. Of course, this is a gray shirt, so it should be black by the time I'm done. And yeah. So the goal is to get up in the mornings, go for a walk, and maybe someday down the road here I'll get some metal detecting done. But yeah, gonna help him out and do some work around the house and see what happens. Hey everybody, I'm out in the park in New Bern, North Carolina, and it's hot. It's flipping hot. Oh man. But so much for getting out early. It's kind of weird. So I did find some previous plugs under the tree over here. And so I know people have been detecting this park, but it's a lot of sand here. It's hard to gauge because back home in Oregon, sand for me is like fill. And I used to like just bypass all the places that had sand and tried to find dirt, good old dirt. And everywhere I dig is sand. But I know this is an old site, got old neighborhood, old houses, and so far I've dug like about a 6-inch memorial 1980 penny, and well, 2 pennies, about the same depth, and digging a high tone quarter signal here now. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna find anything old here. I think I might, next time I try someplace, I might try a school, see if I can find a school that's got a little age to it. There's a couple in town that I marked. But anyways, I got little bugs flying all over me, and they're probably mosquitoes. I've already got like 25 mosquito bites on me, and the mosquitoes here are nasty. There's one right there. Anyways, let me dig this and see what it is, and we'll come back to it, because my probe is not quite. Oh, it's right in there. I didn't think I was there yet. Anyways, so far I've dug 2 regular pennies and 2 pieces of junk, which, whew, oh my gosh, I'm so hot. Whew. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, new places, but I don't really care for this heat. It's gonna be thunderstorms tonight. The humidity sucks, and yeah, I don't know how you guys on the East Coast can handle all this thunderstorms and humidity. But anyways, it's, man, get out of my face, mosquito. Oh. Oh my gosh. Horrible. Of course I'm sweating, so the mosquitoes are loving me. It's like, oh my gosh, he's sweating. There's my high tone. crap. Oh. Well, I'm still getting eaten alive, and I'm still finding sand. So I'm down about 6 inches, 5-6 inches, and I got a wheat penny. It's actually in really good shape. Looks like a 1955 maybe. Or 50 something. Anyways, it's a wheat cent and I will take it. Yeah, it's just strange learning new areas, learning new parks. So now I know, sand will produce old coins. Just not what I'm used to back home. Well, I noticed more plugs over here on the side of the park. I'm walking around. And one of the things I've noticed is I'm getting a lot of mixed high tones. And I'm finding I'm digging up a lot of garbage that's just left in the ground. This is like the fourth, I think, piece of like metal trim, flashing, whatever I've dug up that's given me a good high tone. That's been just left in the ground. Now I know the park's been probably metal detected a lot. Why aren't you guys picking up your trash, taking it with you, and saving everybody else the time and trouble of digging more holes? So this wasn't a hole, this was the high tone that was obscured by this piece of metal or iron. So I was getting a funky tone, but the high tone was hiding in there, and it should have been a coin. But I know you guys have detected this park, so take your trash with you. It's a bummer. All right, well, I'm at a location that I found on Historic Aerials website, and because Historic Mapworks did not have any maps of this area, and Historical Aerials did, and I noticed that this particular building happened to be a school back in the day. So I know it's got age to it, not really old, but it's at least, I think it's in the 50s or around there or older. But it's all fenced off. It's all fenced off all the way around. I was going to see if it was kind of open for the public, but it's not. So I decided I would just maybe try and hit a little bit of this strip. Haven't found anything but a couple pennies. And it's really strange. I have to say that I'm not used to the soil. So we're in that sand, and everything, either the pennies, the Lincoln pennies here, they ring up just like a quarter, which is weird. And things are deeper. I mean, things like a penny sounds like it's like maybe 3 inches under the ground, but it's like maybe 5. This came up like a high tone quarter. And something else that's really weird too is things are really preserved here. I mean, I just pulled out a bolt and it didn't have a whole lot of rust on it. This watch back in Oregon, of course, maybe it's the rain, but they do have rain here. It's starting to rain right now on me. It's potentially going to have some thunderstorms tonight. But yeah, things just don't corrode here very much. It's really weird. So no idea how old this is, but yeah, gotta watch. Not sure what brand it is, but yeah, I was just hoping maybe to pick up something old in here. That area down there is more by the baseball field, way down that way, but we'll give it a couple minutes. Maybe the rain will kick me out. Hey, Hey, this is Paul from Metal Detecting Oregon and now beyond. Hey, and we're from New Bern, North Carolina, and I'm on a site. You'll see it on the map if I can get it a little screenshot in here, because I did this on my phone. It's kind of interesting. I use at home. I use a site called historicmapworks.com, and they didn't have any maps in this area on Historic Mapworks. Another site I like to use is called Historic Aerials. Now with Historic Aerials, I mentioned in a previous video in the past, you can, it'll show either if there's an atlas in the area, so a map, and there's topographicals, or there's aerial photos. So in this area, I was able to find some topographical maps dating back, I think, to 35, but they really didn't show a whole lot for the town of New Bern, which is really weird because the town of New Bern goes way back. A lot of churches here. I did find a map, I think 1950s, and it did show some school locations. And the interesting thing about this particular location that I am at right now, which you can see here, I'll flip it around. This little location right here, and there's a building right here that on my map said this building in 1950s was a school, and that's what it showed. And how do I know this? Is because my daughter's apartment is across the street, which is really weird because it actually shows it on the map, and it shows a school right across the street. And so this is basically the city of New Bern's property, so it's public property. I'm gonna just metal detect this little area right here. And lucky because it's a lot of trees, shade, hopefully not too many mosquitoes. I did zap myself, and I know that there's gonna be mosquitoes, but hopefully I got enough covering on me, spray on me, and hopefully I can maybe find some piece of silver in here. I'd be very happy. That's all I really want to do. I'd love to find a piece of silver in every state. Eventually, when things get going for me and I get more time and learn about the detecting laws and how I feel comfortable in places, that's the biggest issue I have right now. Is I feel very uncomfortable. I feel like I am in a nudist nudist beach, right? But I have my clothes on, and I feel like I'm sticking out like a sore thumb. It's kind of weird like that, right? But I know at the park that I was at last, there was the people who I saw plugs. I saw about 5 plugs or 6 plugs in the park, so I knew that somebody had been there in the few days prior to me. So I'm hoping that I won't get in trouble for being here, and because this is like city property. So we'll see what happens. Here we go. All right, well, I don't know if that's silver because it's pretty shallow, but I had this video recorded and I had my camera set up and I was digging, and I was down there about 7 inches, and I'm like, there's nothing down here, right? And I got down all the way down here, and I found there's there's an old brick. Oh, that's interesting. Old red brick. Nothing. I put my thing in, I stop my video, I delete it, I stand up and I record. I was like, oh, it's in my dirt, because I had put all my dirt right here. And I thought, I'd gone over it with my probe, and nothing. And I thought, crap. And so I thought, oh, maybe I just mistargeted. It was a real shallow item right here within 3 inches. And so I deleted my video and I didn't record. And then it looks like it's silver. And I am so happy if that is, because like I said, I really wanted to find silver in all the states. And '64 silver at 3 inches, not 7. So that really gives me hope, because so far I've dug a dime and a couple pieces of trash. And so I'll get an idea of how old stuff is here if I can keep digging and hopefully find some more stuff. All right. Yes. All right, I got that silver about 5 feet behind me, and this one sounds like a mess. It actually sounds like a coin spill. It's just a bunch of noise, like blip, 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 with high tones mixed in there. It just sounds like a sporadic mess of tonage, but it's kind of what it sounds like when you get like coin spill. High tone mixed with maybe a copper and maybe a nickel. Just sounds weird. So pinpointing this one's a little bit more difficult, as the sounds are like in a big general area, but the high tone I think is right here. All right, let me see some color. Okay, something out of the hole. That's a coin, but it's not. It's just a clad dime. Now see, that silver dime was 3 inches, and now this clad dime sitting down here about 5. Interesting, right? Yeah. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Ah, oh, yeah. Oh. I did not expect to see that. Oh my gosh. So weird. So weird, I tell you. 1937. 5 inches down, and I was gonna videotape it in the plug, but it's the sand. Everything just kind of crumbles apart. There's no, there's no, like, I back in my videos, I call things the Easter egg, right? The coin just kind of compacts around, the dirt compacts around the coin, but here, everything just crumbles. And it preserves pretty good too. Man, I did not expect to see that. I scratched it, but wow. And if I told you that was coming in, I thought, well, maybe I was getting, it was kind of a sloshy tone. I don't know if that was actually on edge, but it was high tone, but I would not have guessed it to be silver $half. I was thinking that I was getting a clad quarter. It was just, the tones here and the depth. So that's the whole thing about back home. You start to learn little things like, okay, the sweet spot's maybe 5 inches or 6 inches, and you start to listen for those broken, maybe a little bit broken high tones and stuff. Here, I've had deeper clad dimes than I have had this or the other silver dime. So it's very strange. I just dug a clad dime here that was like 5-6 inches, and the other one was like 5-6 inches, and then the silver was 3, and this was like 5. So it's really weird. And I checked the dimes, and they were like 1974, the clad, and I think 1980. So, whoa, I don't know what's going on, but I am digging, though, all the high tones. So I am digging all the dime tones and a few of the penny tones, the low tones that I'm still trying to see if I can find a wheat penny. I haven't found a wheat penny yet. Found 2 silvers, no wheat penny. Oh. sweet. I keep starting and deleting videos because I never know what I'm gonna get here, because I don't know if shallow, this sounds like a 3-4 inch silver $half quarter. But back home, it's near impossible, but sometimes you get lucky. Mr. Prolong. What is this used for? Mr. Prolong. Let's see. Aids in prevention of premature ejaculation. Yeah, just what everybody wants to find. Yay, my first wheat penny. So, got a bunch of dimes, 2 silvers, and 1 wheat penny. Yeah, this was in some rocks. All right. Wheat cent. Looks like 1944. But, so I was detecting here. I got a little nervous because a cop pulled up, parked next to my truck. I was actually over in the shaded area, and I just, was thinking that he might come in and tell me whether I'm gonna have to leave or not, etc., etc. But he didn't. And I just kept my cool, just waiting for him to come out and tell me, maybe he's checking the regulations, etc. But he didn't. And then another cop pulls up, and that's usually how it goes. One cop doesn't want to get out and confront anybody. So oh great, so there are gonna be 2 cops, 2 cops. And they sat there and talked in the shade, and then they left. In the meantime, I was just sitting out here metal detecting. I wasn't digging though, that was the thing, I wasn't digging. But I was metal detecting and walking. I got a few things marked, so I'm going back to find them. I think I got like 4 or 5 things marked. I gotta go back and find them real quick, but one of them was this wheat cent. Hopefully the other ones pan out to be something too, but I don't know. I don't know all the rules, and that's the one thing that, if you guys out there watching these videos are in your state, if you want to just be just helpful to me, say, hey, whatever it is, whatever town you're in, maybe you're Buffalo, New York, and say, hey, Buffalo, New York, you can detect the parks and schools, no problem. Or maybe Columbus, Ohio, or something like that. Yeah, you can, or Cincinnati, or whatever. Yeah, the parks and schools are okay. So if you guys want to throw that in to your into the comments, that'd be great. Towns that and schools that are okay. I know you don't want me to come over there. I'm just one guy, and I know you probably will say, "Oh, but everybody's gonna read those comments." Nobody's gonna read the comments. But yeah. Anyways, if you want, that would help me out, because I might be passing through someday, and that way I don't have to think too much and don't have to worry too much about breaking the law. Even though I try to do my research, you just never know. Another weedy. Yep, it's another one that I had marked. I think I got 1 or 2 more I gotta find. I put sticks down, so let's keep going. It is hot out here. another wheat scent going along the curbside here, but I'm about ready to call it quits for the day. I didn't get quite along the, still have, if I want to do it, I still have a little bit of the area right there under those trees along the sidewalk strip. Just right in that little area right there. So another day, another week, because we're actually taking off from here probably tomorrow, and then we'll be back in a week. I was hoping to get one silver today. Well, I started to record this and then I deleted it because I thought, oh, it's got to be just a crappy target. Now I'm actually went over and pinpointed again, and the target is the bottom, but it's deeper than I thought it was going to be. So I pulled everything back out. This was 140, 139, and the video startup on this one saying I wanted to do a live take video of a silver, but I said I think this is going to be a silver or a wheatie, and it's a wheatie. Yeah, if it stayed at 140, I might have said silver, but it bounced 139. I've seen wheaties coming in that 139 range a lot, but yeah, no silver. I am gonna, said I was maybe gonna come back, but I am gonna hit this little shaded area and then head out. Another wheatie. It's like about the 6th one for the day, I think. And I will admit, this was probably one of my deepest coins here. I mean, it's about 8 inches or so down. Another 44.